The morning sunlight spilled softly into the luxury hotel suite, casting a warm glow across the room. Ethan Rivers, 32, tall, with dark hair slightly tousled from restless sleep, sat on the edge of the king-sized bed. Today was supposed to be the happiest day of his life, his wedding day. He glanced at the neatly folded suit on the chair and the polished black shoes lined up beside it. His phone buzzed again. Another message from Claire, the woman he loved since college. Ethan's fingers trembled as he opened it. "I can't do this today, I'm sorry." Time seemed to stop. The words hit him harder than he expected. Not tears, not anger, just a void, a cold, hollow space where his world had been. He read it again, hoping it was a mistake. No, this can't be real," Ethan whispered to himself, his voice breaking. The memories flooded in. Late-night talks over coffee, road trips across the country, shared laughter and secret glances. Every promise they had made seemed to crumble with just a few words on a screen. He tried calling her. No answer, just the ringing and then voicemail. "Claire, please, I don't understand. What happened?" His voice cracked. The hotel room felt suffocating. Every detail of the day, from the floral arrangements to the meticulously planned seating chart, mocked him. The suit suddenly felt heavy, the shoes like shackles. Ethan's best friend, Jason, knocked on the door. He entered quietly, sensing the storm within his friend. "Ethan, bro, what happened?" She canceled, Ethan managed, his voice barely a whisper. At the last minute, everything gone. Jason sat beside him, placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Hey, breathe. We'll figure this out. Don't do anything drastic, all right?" But Ethan couldn't. The wedding wasn't just a ceremony, it was a life he had imagined. A life built on hope, love, and countless dreams with Claire. And now, all of it was slipping away. He rose from the bed, packing. "I need to understand. Why now? After everything, she can't just leave like this. There has to be a reason. There has to be." The day stretched endlessly. Ethan walked the hotel corridors, past elegantly decorated halls and flower arrangements that seemed to mock him. Guests would arrive soon, people who didn't know yet that the bride had disappeared from her own wedding. And then came the first mysterious clue. A note slipped under the hotel door, in Claire's handwriting. "Ethan, I love you, but I can't marry you today. Please find the truth before it's too late." Ethan froze, his heart pounded. The word truth echoed in his mind. Something deeper was happening, something he couldn't ignore. And suddenly, the heartbreak was intertwined with an intriguing mystery. He clenched the note tightly. This wasn't just a cancellation. This was the beginning of a story he was forced to follow, a story that would challenge everything he thought he knew about love, trust, and Claire herself. And Ethan knew one thing for certain: he couldn't let go. Not now, not ever. The hotel corridor was eerily quiet. Chairs neatly aligned, guests, luggage stacked in corners, but no chatter, no laughter. Ethan's heart pounded with each step as he followed the faint trail of Claire's cryptic note. Jason walked beside him, tense but silent, sensing the storm about to hit. Ethan stopped at the elevators, glancing at the note again. "Please find the truth before it's too late." He didn't know what truth Claire meant. Betrayal, fear, something from her past. His mind raced, imagining every possible scenario, each one worse than the last. "I don't get it," Jason muttered. "She's never been the type to back out, especially today. Something going on." Ethan clenched his fists. "Then we find out. We need answers, and I won't leave without knowing why." The elevator doors opened with a soft ding. They stepped inside, descending to the hotel's basement, a rarely used storage and service area. The fluorescent lights flickered, casting harsh shadows that twisted like restless spirits across the concrete walls. Ethan's pulse quickened. The place felt wrong, yet necessary. At the far end of the basement, a small office door was slightly ajar. A faint glow leaked through the crack. Ethan exchanged a look with Jason. "Claire," Ethan called softly. No response. Pushing the door open, they entered. The room was dimly lit by a single desk lamp. On the desk lay a laptop open, displaying an email chain that made Ethan's stomach twist. The subject line read, "Urgent, don't let Ethan know." Ethan's hands shook as he scrolled. The emails revealed a secret Claire had buried deep, one she never expected him to discover. An anonymous threat, warnings about someone from her past resurfacing, someone who could ruin both her life and the life she was about to start with Ethan. Jason's voice broke the silence. "Holy, that's that serious, man." Ethan's mind raced. "She didn't cancel because of me. She canceled because she was scared. Scared of something, someone. And she didn't want to put me in danger." A loud bang echoed from the basement entrance, making both of them jump. Ethan froze. Every instinct screamed that they were being watched. Jason whispered, "We're not alone, someone's here." Suddenly, the lights flickered violently, plunging the room into shadows. Ethan's gaze fell on a figure slipping past the doorway, just a shadow but unmistakable. He recognized the shape from a vague memory Claire had mentioned years ago. Someone connected to her past mistakes, someone dangerous. Ethan's voice was steady but low. "We need to follow. We need to understand everything, no matter how painful it is." They moved cautiously through the basement corridors, every creak of the floor echoing like a gunshot. Ethan clutched the note, the laptop, and his heart simultaneously. Every step brought him closer to Claire's hidden truth and the reason she had fled her own wedding. At the end of a narrow stairwell, they found it, a storage closet filled with boxes, old letters, and photographs. Ethan picked up a faded photo of Claire as a teenager, standing next to a man he didn't recognize. Behind the photograph, a letter unfolded in her handwriting. "I thought I left him behind, but he never left me. Today, if I marry Ethan without confronting the past, I risk losing everything." Ethan's chest tightened. The love he had thought was unconditional now carried the weight of an unseen danger, a shadow that had haunted Claire silently for years. Jason's hand rested on Ethan's shoulder. "Man, you need to be careful. This is bigger than us." Ethan nodded. "I know, and I don't care. She didn't leave me because she stopped loving me. She left because she loved me too much to put me in harm's way. And now, I'm not letting her face this alone." As they prepared to leave the basement, a whisper drifted through the shadows, chilling Ethan to the bone. Some truths demand courage, and some fears demand sacrifice. Ethan clenched his jaw. The wedding was gone. The celebration was gone. But one thing remained, the promise he had made to Claire and the determination to find her, whatever it took. And deep inside, he knew. The real story was only beginning. The city outside the hotel felt almost surreal, quiet and polished, as if the world itself were holding its breath. But inside Ethan's mind, chaos reigned. Every step he took toward understanding Claire's sudden disappearance made the air feel heavier, the shadows darker. Jason led the way, flashlight cutting through the dim parking garage. "I don't like this, man," he muttered. "Basements, shadows, secret letters. This is turning into a thriller, not a wedding day." Ethan didn't answer. His eyes were fixed on the stairwell leading to the street, and in his chest, his heart drummed like a war drum. Every instinct screamed that danger lurked nearby, but he had to find Claire. As they stepped outside, the cold evening air hit them like a physical force. Ethan pulled his jacket tighter, scanning the quiet street. Then, from the corner of his eye, he saw movement, a figure slipping behind a parked car, watching. "Wait," Ethan whispered, pointing. Jason froze. The figure emerged, tall, lean, and unmistakably familiar to Ethan. A man with piercing blue eyes, sharp features, and a dark aura. Someone Claire had mentioned only in passing. As a shadow from her past she thought she'd escaped. His presence alone radiated tension, a silent threat that Ethan could feel deep in his bones. "Ethan Rivers," the man said, voice low, measured, almost mocking. "I've been expecting you." Ethan's jaw tightened. "Who are you? What do you want from Claire?" The man's lips curled into a cold smile. "Claire owes debts, past choices, promises she made long ago. I'm just here to collect what's due." Jason stepped slightly in front of Ethan, protective. "Back off, man. You're not scaring anyone here." The man's eyes flicked toward Jason, dismissive, and then back to Ethan. "This isn't about fear, kid. This is about consequences. Claire ran from me once, thought she could escape the past. But the past always finds you." Ethan's mind raced. Every story Claire had ever hinted at, every fleeting memory, every moment of unexplained anxiety, it all clicked. This was the shadow she had been trying to outrun. This was why she had left him on their wedding day. I don't care about your past with her, Ethan said, voice firm though adrenaline surged through his veins. She doesn't owe you anything. I'm not letting you or her control this. The man's smile widened, almost cruel. We'll see how long your courage lasts, Ethan. Courage alone won't save her or you. You've stumbled into something much bigger than a canceled wedding. And every step forward, every heartbeat is being watched. Suddenly, the man vanished into the shadows as quickly as he had appeared. Ethan's pulse pounded in his ears. Jason exhaled sharply. Okay, that was not normal. He just disappeared. Did you see that? Ethan nodded, clenched fists. I saw, and it doesn't matter. I'm not leaving Claire, not now, not ever. Whatever this man wants, whatever the danger, I face it with her, together. As they moved down the street, the air seemed charged. The city itself holding secrets Ethan hadn't yet uncovered. Every corner, every alley whispered Claire's name. Every shadow seemed alive with memory and threat. And then Ethan's phone buzzed, a text from Claire, short, urgent. If you want to understand, meet me at the pier. Midnight, alone. Jason froze. Alone? Are you crazy? You're not going alone. That's insane. Ethan's eyes hardened. Jason, she trusted me enough to tell me the truth. If I don't go, I may never know why she left, what's really going on, and if she's safe. I have to go. Jason sighed, realizing he couldn't stop him. Fine, but I'm on call. If anything happens, anything, you call me. Got it. Ethan nodded. Got it. And Jason, thank you. I can't do this alone either, but this, I have to face it for her. As night swallowed the city, Ethan walked toward the pier, each step a mixture of dread and determination. The shadow of Claire's past loomed large, but so did his love, unwavering, and his promise. He would not let her face it alone. The clock ticked closer to midnight, and Ethan knew. The confrontation waiting at the pier would change everything. The pier stretched into the dark water like a thin finger pointing toward the unknown. Mist curled around the wooden planks, reflecting the pale moonlight, creating a silver haze that made every shadow seem alive. Ethan's footsteps echoed, hollow and urgent, each one carrying the weight of unanswered questions. At the far end, a lone figure leaned against the railing. Claire, her shoulders hunched, her long dark hair catching the moonlight. She looked smaller, fragile almost, but her presence radiated a silent storm of fear and determination. Claire, Ethan called softly, stepping closer. The breeze tugged at his jacket, the sound of the water mingling with his pounding heartbeat. She turned slowly, eyes wide and glistening. Relief, fear, love, and guilt. Every emotion flashed across her face in seconds. Ethan, you shouldn't be here, she whispered, her voice trembling. I had to be, Ethan said firmly, stopping a few feet away. I need to know why. I need to know why you left me, left our wedding. Claire swallowed hard, looking out at the dark water. It's complicated. It's not about you, it's never been about you. I love you more than anything. But someone from my past, someone dangerous, threatened everything. Our life, our safety, I couldn't risk it. Ethan's chest tightened. Who? Tell me, I'll face them. Whatever it takes, I won't let them hurt you or us. She shook her head, tears sliding down her cheeks. It's not that simple. He's not just one person, he has connections. People who can ruin lives, destroy families. I thought I could handle it alone. I thought I could protect you by running, but I was wrong. The wind picked up and Ethan stepped closer, closing the distance between them. He reached for her hands, holding them gently but firmly. Claire, look at me. You don't have to do this alone. Whatever it is, we face it together. I don't care how dangerous it is, how complicated it is. I'm not letting go. Not now, not ever. For a moment, the tension broke. Claire's shoulders shook as she sobbed quietly, leaning into Ethan. He held her close, whispering reassurances she barely heard over the crashing waves. The world around them, mist, water, moonlight, seemed to pause, letting them exist in that fragile bubble of relief and pain. Then came a sound that shattered the moment, a soft footstep on the pier behind them. Both froze. Ethan instinctively shielded Claire. The shadowy figure from the hotel basement emerged from the mist. The man's presence was colder, more menacing than before. His piercing blue eyes locked onto Ethan, a silent warning glinting in the dim light. So, the man said smoothly, voice slicing through the night, you found her, brave but foolish. You've stumbled into a game far bigger than your love story. And now, the rules have changed. Claire gasped, stepping back slightly, fear etched in every line of her face. Ethan's grip tightened on her hand. "You said you wanted answers. Well, here they are. Whatever this is, we face it together. You and I." The man smiled thinly. "Together, love is a beautiful illusion, but love will not save you from the past. Not now, not ever." Suddenly, the wind surged violently, slamming against them, the mist thickening into a nearly impenetrable fog. The pier creaked ominously under the pressure. Claire clung to Ethan, trembling, and Ethan's mind raced, every instinct screaming danger, but every heartbeat tethered to the woman he loved. "You can't scare us," Ethan said, his voice steady but fierce. "We know your games, we know your threats, but you'll never break us, not if we stand together." The man's expression darkened and he took a slow step back into the fog. "This isn't over, not by a long shot. You think you understand the past, but the past understands you, and it's only beginning." Then he vanished, swallowed by the swirling mist and shadows, leaving Ethan and Claire alone. Silence fell over the pier, broken only by the gentle lap of the waves. Claire leaned heavily against Ethan, whispering, I was so scared. I didn't want to hurt you, but I couldn't face him alone." Ethan held her tightly. "You don't have to, not ever. We face it together, always." As the clock ticked closer to 1 a.m., both knew that the danger was far from over. But for the first time since the wedding morning, hope glimmered amid the shadows. Because they were together, and together, they could face anything. The fog clung to the pier like a living thing, curling around Ethan and Claire as they cautiously stepped forward. Each creaking plank beneath their feet seemed amplified in the silent night, echoing with the weight of fear and anticipation. Ethan's grip on Claire's hand was firm, grounding them both as the memory of the shadowy figure lingered in his mind. "Ethan, what if he comes back?" Claire whispered, her voice trembling. The tremor in her tone was barely masked by courage. "I've faced him before. I thought it was over, but he always finds a way." Ethan shook his head. "No, not this time. You're not alone. Not now, not ever." His eyes scanned the pier, searching the thick mist for any sign of movement. A sudden splash echoed from the water below. Both froze. Then, from the mist, the shadowy man stepped onto the pier with deliberate calm, his shoes silent against the wet wood. His piercing blue eyes locked onto Claire, sending a shiver down Ethan's spine. "You really should have stayed hidden," the man said, his voice low and cutting. "I warned you, but here you are and he came too. Brave, yes, but foolish." Claire flinched slightly, but Ethan stepped in front of her, jaw tight. "Leave her alone," he said firmly. "I don't care what past debts you think she owes, you'll get nothing from her." The man's lips curled into a thin, almost amused smile. "Ethan Rivers, such a predictable protector. Love blinds you, but love also strengthens you. That's why I'm here, to see if your courage can match your devotion." Ethan's chest tightened. "It does, it will. Whatever you want, whatever you threaten, I'll face it together." He glanced at Claire, whose wide eyes reflected fear and admiration. Their bond, tested in hours, had already deepened into something unbreakable. The shadowy man's smile faded. He took a slow step forward and the mist around him seemed to darken, swirling unnaturally. "Courage alone won't be enough," he warned. "You have no idea what she's running from, what she buried deep to survive." Claire's lips quivered. It's about my family," she admitted, voice barely audible. "Years ago, my brother got involved with dangerous people. I tried to protect him. I thought leaving him behind would end the threat, but it never did. It followed us and now it's here." Ethan's mind reeled, but his grip tightened on her hands. "Then we end it, together. Whatever it is, we face it. No more running." The man laughed, cold and hollow, a sound that seemed to freeze the air around them. "End it? Do you even understand what you're up against? The past isn't just a memory, it's a shadow that feeds on fear, on hesitation. And tonight, it wants payment." Suddenly, the man lunged forward, swift as a predator, forcing Ethan to step back instinctively, shielding Claire. But before the attack could land, Ethan grabbed a nearby metal post and swung it, creating a barrier between them. Sparks flew where metal met metal, the tension electric, the fog thickening into a near wall of uncertainty. Claire clutched Ethan's arm, fear and admiration mingling. "Ethan, be careful." "I've got you," he said, eyes burning with determination. "Always." The man froze for a split second, studying Ethan with an almost predatory intelligence. "Interesting. Your devotion might just make this more complicated." He disappeared into the mist again, leaving behind a faint, chilling whisper. "You cannot protect what you do not understand. The debt is far from over." Silence reclaimed the pier. Ethan's chest heaved, adrenaline and fear warring with relief. Claire leaned into him, sobbing quietly. I'm so scared," she whispered. "I know," Ethan murmured, holding her tightly. "But you're not alone anymore. We'll face it together, whatever comes next. I promise." As the clock ticked past 1:30 a.m., the mist swirled around them, hiding threats and secrets alike. One thing was clear: the past had returned with a vengeance, and the battle for Claire's safety and their future had only just begun. The pier was silent now, save for the gentle slap of waves against the wooden pilings. Ethan held Claire close, her shivering frame pressed against him. But the lingering chill wasn't just from the mist. It was the weight of uncertainty, and the knowledge that the shadow from her past was still very much alive. Claire's hands trembled in his. "Ethan, there's someone else. Someone I trusted, someone I thought was on my side." Ethan's brow furrowed. "Who? Tell me. Whoever it is, I'll deal with them. We face everything together." She swallowed hard, eyes welling. "It's my best friend, Melissa. She's been working with him all along. She knew about my brother, the threats, everything. I thought she was helping me protect us, but she betrayed me. She gave him information. She set me up." Ethan's chest tightened. The idea of someone close, someone she had trusted completely, being the architect of this nightmare sent a shiver down his spine. "Melissa, she's your friend. She would never." Claire shook her head violently. "She did. I found emails, messages, even recordings. She's part of it, Ethan. She made sure I couldn't reach anyone for help, that I'd be alone. That's why I ran from the wedding. I couldn't risk dragging you into her web." Ethan's jaw clenched. "We end it tonight. No more hiding, no more running. If he's involved, we deal with it together." A sudden sound from the fog made them both freeze. A soft, deliberate tap on the railing behind them. Melissa emerged from the mist, her face pale, eyes wide, but with an unsettling calm. "Claire," Melissa said softly, "I didn't want you to find out this way." Claire recoiled, shock and betrayal etched across her face. You knew. You helped him." Melissa's lips trembled, a flicker of guilt crossing her features. I had no choice. He threatened my family. I tried to protect them. I never wanted to hurt you, Claire. I swear I tried to warn you subtly, but he always knew what I was doing." Ethan stepped in front of Claire, shielding her instinctively. "You betrayed her. You betrayed all of us. There's no excuse." Melissa's gaze flickered toward the mist, fear overtaking defiance. "You don't understand. He's dangerous, more dangerous than you know. If you go after him without a plan, without knowing everything, you'll both." But before she could finish, a shadow moved swiftly from the fog, and the man from Claire's past appeared again, his blue eyes gleaming with malicious amusement. Ah, the reunion. How touching. Ethan's heart raced. The betrayal, the danger, the fear, it all collided into a storm of adrenaline and resolve. "Claire," he whispered, gripping her hands, "look at me. No more running, no more hiding. Whoever he is, whoever betrayed you, we face it together. I don't care about anything else." Claire's lips quivered, tears streaming freely now. "Ethan, I can't, I'm so scared." "I know," Ethan said firmly, pulling her close. "But fear ends now. We'll face it. Every shadow, every lie together." The fog thickened, the waves crashed louder, and the night seemed to lean in closer, pressing with every secret it held. The past, the betrayal, the threat, they were all there. And yet, amid the fear and chaos, a spark of determination ignited in Ethan and Claire. They would not let the darkness win. Melissa stepped back, uncertainty and fear mingling on her face. The man's shadowy figure loomed larger in the mist, and as the first hints of dawn began to touch the horizon, Ethan realized the most dangerous part of the night was yet to come. The first light of dawn barely pierced the thick mist over the pier. Ethan tightened his grip on Claire's hand, heart hammering in his chest. Melissa's betrayal still lingered like a bitter taste, but the immediate danger was far greater. The man from her past was still out there, and he was moving faster than they anticipated. "He's heading toward the docks," Ethan whispered, eyes scanning the foggy horizon. The shadowy figure had already disappeared into the maze of shipping containers. each one a potential hiding place, a trap, a threat. Claire swallowed nervously. Ethan, I don't know if we can. I don't want to die. Ethan squeezed her hand. Listen to me. We're alive because we stick together. Fear won't save us, but action will. Stay close. They sprinted across the uneven wooden planks, the mist biting at their faces. Every creak underfoot sounded like a gunshot in the silent morning. Shipping containers loomed like giant tombstones, casting long shadows that twisted and danced with the rising sun. Suddenly, the man appeared ahead, moving with eerie calm. His blue eyes locked on Ethan, a predator enjoying the hunt. Without warning, he darted behind a stack of containers. Ethan and Claire followed cautiously, hearts pounding. Then out of the shadows, a voice rang out firm, commanding yet familiar. Ethan, Claire, this way. A figure emerged, older, confident, and unmistakably someone from Claire's past. Marcus, a former family ally who had disappeared years ago. His presence radiated strength and authority, the kind of protection Claire had longed for but never expected to see again. Marcus, Claire gasped. I thought you were gone. Marcus gave a small nod, eyes scanning the surroundings. Gone, yes, but not blind. I've been watching, waiting for the right moment to step in. You didn't call for help, Claire, so I knew it was time. Ethan clenched his fists. You're on our side. Marcus smiled faintly. You're alive, that's all that matters. Stick close and we'll get through this. The trio moved quickly through the labyrinth of containers, every corner a potential trap. The man from Claire's past appeared again, emerging from behind a stack with a predator's grin. He lunged toward them, but Marcus reacted with precision, shoving Claire behind him and creating a barrier between them and the shadowy threat. You can't run forever, the man hissed, circling them. Every secret has a price, and the debt will be collected. Ethan stepped forward, his chest heaving. We're not running, not from you, not from anything. If you want to threaten us, face us. Together, always. Claire clutched Ethan's arm, tears and adrenaline mingling. Ethan, I'm so scared. I know, he whispered, voice steady, but we face it together. Marcus motioned toward a narrow corridor between two containers. Quick, this way. There's a safe path to the other side of the docks, but stay alert. He's not finished yet. They moved as one, adrenaline sharpening every sense. The fog swirled, the man's figure flitting like a phantom, always just out of reach but closing in. Every step was a test of courage, every breath a battle against panic. And as they finally reached the end of the container maze, the first golden rays of dawn hit the water. Ethan and Claire paused, hearts racing, lungs burning, but a glimmer of hope sparkled in their eyes. They had survived the first assault, gained an unexpected ally, and for the first time felt that together they might have a chance to face the past and win. Yet Marcus's grave tone reminded them, this isn't over. He knows we're here now, and he won't wait long before striking again. We need a plan, and we need it fast. Ethan's jaw tightened. Then we make a plan, and whatever comes, we face it together. The mist began to lift, the city awakening behind them, but the shadow of the past still loomed. Danger was far from gone, but hope, fragile, fierce, and alive, burned in their hearts. The morning sun struggled to pierce the lingering mist over the docks, casting long shadows that twisted across the wooden planks. Ethan, Claire, and Marcus moved cautiously, alert to every sound, the clank of distant chains, the murmur of water, even the faint echo of footsteps that didn't belong to them. Claire's hand tightened around Ethan's. Marcus, what is it? There's something you're not telling me. Marcus's jaw tightened. His eyes scanned the maze of shipping containers like a predator weighing the terrain. There's a reason I disappeared all those years ago, a reason you never knew about, and it's tied directly to him, the man chasing us. Ethan's brow furrowed. What do you mean? You left us all these years? Marcus shook his head slowly. I didn't leave because I wanted to. I left because I had to. Years ago, I crossed him, made a decision that saved a lot of lives but put me in his crosshairs. Ever since, he's been hunting me. And now, he's using Claire's past, her family, as leverage to get to me. I couldn't protect her until now without risking everyone else. Claire's eyes widened. You've been protecting me from the shadows all this time. Marcus nodded grimly. I've been close, watching, waiting for the right moment to step in. But he's stronger than I anticipated. More dangerous. Ethan's fists clenched. Then we finish this. Tonight we end it. No more running, no more secrets. Whatever it takes, we face him together. A sudden clatter echoed nearby, a shipping crate tipping over. The shadowy man emerged from the mist, eyes like ice. He smiled thinly, a predator's grin. Ah, the reunion is complete. The little trio, how quaint. But do you think knowing the past will save you? Claire stepped forward, voice trembling but determined. We don't care about your games anymore. Whatever you want, whatever threats you make, we face it. Together, all of us. The man's grin widened. Ah, love and loyalty, admirable yet futile. Marcus, I expected more cunning from you. I see now your shadows aren't enough to protect them. Marcus took a step forward, tension radiating from him. You underestimate us, and that's your mistake. Today, the past ends. Tonight, you pay for the lives you've threatened. A sudden movement, swift and violent. The man lunged, forcing Marcus and Ethan into defensive positions. Metal clanged against metal, shadows twisting violently as they parried and dodged. The mist swirled around them, thickening, almost suffocating. Every strike was a battle not just of strength, but of wits and courage. Claire stayed close to Ethan, eyes darting between Marcus and the assailant. Ethan, we can do this. We have to. For us, for everyone he's hurt. Ethan nodded, heart pounding. I won't let him win. Not now, not ever. The struggle intensified. Sparks flew as metal struck concrete, shouts and grunts echoing across the silent docks. And in the chaos, Ethan realized something profound. The bond between them, forged through fear, love, and determination, was stronger than any shadow from the past. Finally, the assailant staggered back, caught off guard by their unity. Marcus's eyes met Ethan. Now we make the choice. End this or let it consume us. Ethan's gaze locked on Claire. We do it together, whatever it takes. The shadowy man glared, realizing for the first time that his psychological games were failing. His blue eyes flickered with a mix of fury and disbelief. You think love and loyalty can defeat me? Claire stepped beside Ethan, gripping his arm. It already has. Together, we're stronger than your past, your lies, and your fear. The docks fell into tense silence, the mist swirling like smoke around them. One thing was certain. The next move would decide not just their fates, but the future they had fought so hard to protect. The mist had begun to thin, revealing the sprawling docks bathed in a gray dawn. Ethan, Claire, and Marcus stood shoulder to shoulder, every muscle taut, eyes scanning the shadows for movement. The air was heavy with tension, the scent of salt water and danger intertwining. The shadowy man stepped into the light, his expression a mix of fury and calculation. You think your little team can stop me? You've underestimated the past and its reach. Ethan squared his shoulders. We don't underestimate anything. You want to fight. You want the truth. Here it is, we're together, and we're not afraid. Claire took a deep breath, finally finding the strength that had been buried under fear for years. You've tormented my family, my life, my choices, but it ends here. No more running. No more lies. Marcus's eyes flickered with a hidden intensity, one that Ethan had never seen before. You forgot one thing, he said quietly, voice deadly calm. I made a promise, long before any of you were born. A promise that would make even you hesitate if you knew the truth. The shadowy man laughed, cold and harsh. Promises, secrets. What are you hiding, Marcus? Marcus stepped forward, revealing a small, weathered dossier from his coat. Everything you've done, everything you've threatened, traces back to a betrayal in your own ranks. You thought I didn't know, but I've been waiting for the moment to expose it. The man's eyes narrowed. Expose what? Ethan felt Claire's hand tighten around his arm, sensing the tension before words could form. Marcus opened the dossier, revealing photographs, documents, and letters, proof of the man's manipulation and hidden alliances. You were never acting alone. Melissa, your so-called loyal allies, they were your pawns. And now, your entire network is exposed. The shadowy man's composure faltered for the first time. Rage flickered across his sharp features. Impossible. No one could. Claire stepped closer to Ethan, voice steady. All this fear, all this danger, it's because you underestimated us. You underestimated what love and loyalty can do. We're not afraid of the shadows anymore. Ethan's fists clenched, every ounce of fear replaced by determination. Your threats, your games, they end today. You can't control the past, you can't control us. Whatever it takes, we face it together. The man lunged with a final desperate strike. Marcus intercepted, their clash of strength and strategy shaking the wooden planks beneath them. Sparks flew, a metallic clang echoing over the water. Ethan joined the fray, using every ounce of training and adrenaline to protect Claire and Marcus. Amid the chaos, Claire acted with precision, blocking a dangerous swing, her courage and love giving her strength. For the first time, the trio moved not as individuals, but as a single, unstoppable unit. Finally, the shadowy man stumbled, caught off guard by the coordinated attack. Marcus's voice cut through the haze. This ends now. With a final, decisive move, they cornered him. Ethan's eyes locked with his, fearless. No more shadows, no more lies. Not today, not ever. The man's breathing was ragged. His eyes flickered with defiance, and for a fleeting moment, a shadow of respect. You might have won this round, but the past never truly dies. Claire stepped beside Ethan, holding his hand. Then we'll keep living together. That's the only truth that matters. The docks fell silent. Dawn broke fully, sunlight cutting through the remnants of mist, casting long, golden rays across the trio. They had faced the shadows, confronted the past, and survived. And in that quiet, fleeting moment, Ethan realized something profound. Love, loyalty, and courage could defeat even the darkest shadows. But deep in the distance, beyond the docks, a faint shadow lingered. A reminder that the past may be faced, but its echoes never fully disappear. Ethan held Claire close. We did it together. Claire smiled through tears. Together always. And for the first time since the nightmare began, hope, fierce and unshakable, burned bright against the fading shadows. The docks were quiet now. The first full rays of sunlight glinted off the water, painting the horizon gold. Ethan and Claire stood side by side, still holding hands, the tension of the night slowly melting into relief. I can't believe it's over, at least for now, Claire whispered, her voice soft but steady. Ethan pulled her close, forehead resting against hers. The past tried to control us, tried to break us, but we survived, together, and no shadow can touch that. Marcus approached, his presence calm but commanding. You two have courage, loyalty, and love. That combination is stronger than any threat. But remember, vigilance is key. The past never fully disappears. Claire nodded, a quiet determination in her eyes. Then we live for today, for the future, together. Ethan smiled, brushing a strand of hair from her face. Together, always. A soft breeze rolled off the water, carrying away the remnants of fear and danger. The docks, once filled with shadows, now felt like a place of hope, a turning point. Marcus gave a final nod before walking away, leaving Ethan and Claire in the sunlight. They watched him go, knowing they had gained not just an ally but a protector, and that their bond had been tested and strengthened like never before. Claire looked up at Ethan, her eyes bright. You really kept your promise, didn't you? Ethan grinned. Every step of the way, and I always will. The camera, or the audience's imagination, lingered on their embrace, the soft waves behind them, and the city slowly waking to a new day. The threat may have faded, but the echo of shadows reminded them of the fragility and beauty of every moment they now shared. Ethan's voice broke the silence, almost as if speaking directly to the audience. Remember, courage, loyalty, and love. They're what keep us strong, even when the world tries to tear us apart. And if you enjoyed this journey, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell because the story of shadows and courage is just getting started. Claire added with a playful smile. And trust me, you'll want to see what's next. Stay with us, always. The screen fades to gold light reflecting off the water, the last shadows retreating as the dawn claims the docks. A promise that even in the darkest nights, hope and love endure. The end for now,